I just read in The Athletic that Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka and Linda and Kurt Rambis and the Lakers director of player performance and health all flew all the way to Poland to show their support for Luka playing in the Eurobasket tournament. What? Man, was that cold. That was just openly taunting LeBron. That was all but dancing on LeBron's NBA grave.
Skip Bayless just said it. That's it. Game over. People are already dancing on LeBron's NBA grave. The Lakers flew 12 hours to Europe to worship Luka Doncic, while LeBron sits at home posting desperate workout videos. Paul Pierce is laughing. Back in 2010, I sent the U-Haul to Miami. Now, in 2025, it looks like the Lakers just sent one to LeBron, a full circle moment. From the king who ran from adversity, to the king being run out of town.
He and Rob were not pleased with LeBron's brazen social media posts of him, as you remember, working out in the Cavs facility.
This is the brutal truth nobody wants to say out loud. Let's go back to where it all started falling apart. May 2010, Boston Garden, Game 6. The Cleveland Cavaliers, the number 1 seed, were being demolished by the Celtics. And what does LeBron James do? Paul Pierce remembers it perfectly. Everybody felt like this was going to be LeBron's last year in Cleveland. It felt good to send him out of town. Pierce didn't just beat LeBron, he exposed him. In that series, LeBron quit.
1 seed, they couldn't get over the hump, and you just knew something was going to happen in Cleveland. That's the energy that you felt in the playoffs and all through that series. And it was just like, it felt good to send him out of Cleveland, though. It did feel good.
He averaged just 21 points in the final 3 games. Shot 34% from the field in the elimination game. His body language? Terrible. He peeled off his jersey before even reaching the tunnel. The man who called himself the chosen one had chosen to give up. But here's what Paul Pierce revealed, what nobody talks about. Why did LeBron move to Miami? Pierce says it plainly. I sent the U-Haul. I sent the U-Haul down there. Kevin Garnett was all over him. Ray Allen was locking him up. And Pierce? He was destroying him mentally. And this wasn't even their first battle. In 2008, Pierce dropped 41 points in Game 7, while LeBron scored 45 in a losing effort. Pierce called it one of the greatest NBA games ever. But that game planted something in LeBron's mind.
I would watch him, and players wouldn't be physical with him. Mm-hmm. You know, it was just like, so when I passed up with him, I wanted to make sure I kept a body on him. I grabbed him, like even when he didn't have the ball, just make him work at all times. But before he started getting any kind of consistent jumper and he didn't make free throws consistent, I would just foul him or go under screens until he got more consistent in making those shots.
He couldn't do it alone against real competition. And you know what Kevin Garnett said after they eliminated LeBron in 2010? Sources close to the Celtics reveal Garnett told him, "You aren't built for this. You need help. You need to run to your super friends." Maybe that's exactly what LeBron heard, because 2 months later, he formed the Miami Super Team. He ran from the challenge. He ran from Cleveland. He ran from having to beat Boston on his own. But now, Paul Pierce just dropped a bombshell that flips the narrative on LeBron's career. Miami LeBron versus Cleveland LeBron? Way different. I thought he was faster, stronger, and better when he got to Miami. It was crazy.
Nothing? Man, listen, let me say something to you. The C's, we didn't give a fuck about LeBron. We didn't fear LeBron, and we didn't think that he can beat all 5 of us. And that's how I felt. He was trying to consolidate because he didn't want the pressure on him.
Wait, what? The man who supposedly sent LeBron packing now admits LeBron got better. But here's the deeper truth Pierce is pointing out. LeBron needed to run. He needed Pat Riley's discipline. He needed Eric Spoelstra's system. He needed Wade and Bosch to hold his hand. Pierce explained it clearly. LeBron got under the Spoelstra umbrella, which is basically Pat Riley 2.0. They don't mess around in that camp. You've got to be in peak shape mentally and physically. Probably the strictest, most disciplined team in the NBA. Translation: LeBron couldn't discipline himself. He needed daddy figures to make him great.
Nobody talks about why he left. They were number 1 team in the East when he left. What happened was the whole NBA was free agents. Him, Dwayne, Chris Bosh, Yao Ming, Larry Hughes, Melo, whole fucking NBA, and he's sitting there like, who we gonna get?
Not a soul.
Nobody. I just bought this team. I ain't spending no money right now. He's the biggest free agency, and they're trying to figure out, like, I got people that want to come here, and you talking about we're not gonna spend no money? If he don't get anybody, he don't win no championship.
Without that structure, without those handlers, LeBron was just a supremely talented player who choked when it mattered most. And here's the speculation nobody wants to talk about. What if the Celtics knew this? What if they deliberately broke LeBron mentally in 2010, knowing he'd run to form a super team, knowing it would cement him as a villain forever? Pierce basically admitted it. That series didn't directly send him to Miami, but it planted the idea in his mind. The Celtics didn't just beat LeBron, they created a narrative that would haunt him for years. That he's a frontrunner who bolts when things get tough. And you know who was watching all of this? Michael Jeffrey Jordan. While LeBron was busy forming super teams, MJ was probably laughing.
LeBron is only 28-25 as a Laker in the playoffs. Only 28-25, and some people try to make the case he's the GOAT. That's more of a Billy Goat record. Billy Goat eating tin cans record. I am not making this up. You can look it up. 28-25 in the playoffs as a Los Angeles Laker, including 2-12 in his last 3 series. Lord have mercy.
Remember what Jordan did when the Pistons were beating him up? Did he run to join Magic Johnson? Did he team up with Larry Bird? No. He hit the weight room, got stronger, and beat them. Skip Bayless has been saying this for years. LeBron took the easy way out. And now look at what Paul Pierce just revealed, his top 5 players ever: Jordan, Kareem, Bill Russell, Magic, and Kobe. Notice who's missing? LeBron James. Pierce explained it plainly. These players either built their franchises or carried on a legacy. Boom. There it is. LeBron didn't build anything. He mercenaried his way to titles. Magic, Jordan, Tim Duncan, Kobe, they didn't. Think about it, what if every LeBron championship comes with an asterisk? Miami super team. Cleveland 2016 needed Kyrie's shot and Draymond's suspension. Lakers 2020 bubble title. Many fans don't even fully count.
Magic, Jordan, Tim Duncan, Kobe.
Every single one of LeBron's titles required special circumstances. Maybe that's why Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett never respected him the way they respected Kobe or Jordan. They saw through the facade. They knew he was mentally weak. Fast forward to 2025. And the chickens have come home to roost. Skip Bayless just exposed what the Lakers truly think about LeBron. Think about this. The Lakers' LeBron's own team flew 12 hours to Europe. Not to scout players. Not for business. But to publicly worship Luka Doncic while LeBron stayed home.
What? Man, was that cold. That was just openly taunting LeBron. That was all but dancing on LeBron's NBA grave.
And what did Jeannie Buss say? She called Luka Doncic the face of the franchise. The face of the franchise, while LeBron is still on the roster, making $52.60 million. Here's the explosive speculation. What if this was planned? What if Jeannie Buss has been waiting for this moment? Remember, LeBron tried to get Luke Walton fired. He tried to trade the entire young core for Anthony Davis. He's been acting like he owns the Lakers.
Rob Pelinka even referred to Luka as the face of the franchise. Whew, that's funny.
Maybe, just maybe, this is Jeannie's revenge. That trip to Europe wasn't just about supporting Luka. It was a message. LeBron, you're done here. We don't need you. We don't want you. You opted into that contract? Fine. But now they're going to make it crystal clear. You're no longer the center of this franchise.
I mean, that was just cold. That was just in your face, LeBron James. I mean, LeBron is still the all-time leading NBA scorer ever. And now he's been forced to enter into a cold war with the management of the team he still plays for.
And what's LeBron's response? Posting workout videos from the Clippers facility. How desperate can you get? Skip Bayless said it best. I've never heard of you going back to Cleveland to train in any of your 7 Laker summers. Maybe he just wants to remind the Lakers he's still in charge. Newsflash, LeBron, you're not. You're a $52 million burden the Lakers can't wait to shake off. Here's what really happened this summer. Because the media won't tell you. Skip Bayless revealed it. It's starting to feel like the Lakers would have been perfectly fine if LeBron had opted out and left. Translation? The Lakers wanted him gone. They didn't offer him an extension. They didn't include him in future plans. They signed Luka Doncic to a 3-year max extension and basically told LeBron, take your player option or get out. And here's where it gets humiliating. JJ Redick, Lakers coach and LeBron's podcast buddy, isn't even designing plays for him anymore. The offense runs through Luka. The defense is built around Luka's weaknesses, not LeBron's. Every timeout, every huddle, it's Luka, Luka, Luka. The ultimate disrespect.
Surprised that LeBron surprised that he thought he was going to be able to win over Laker Nation. LeBron could have won a championship. Every year he would have been here, and he still wasn't going to surpass Kobe, and he still wasn't going to pass Magic. Look, he was a better player than D-Wade. Miami wasn't going to embrace him like they did D-Wade because D-Wade originally there. Same thing with Kobe.
I think he got a rude awakening or just reality hit his first week.
Yeah, they defaced the murals.
LeBron James' Laker resume doesn't have a statue here. LeBron James, the name, has a statue.
When the Lakers made moves this summer, who did they consult? Not LeBron. They brought in DeAndre Ayton, a center LeBron reportedly didn't want. They're building a team for the future, not for LeBron's last stand. Here's the wild speculation. What if LeBron already knows he's done? What if those Cleveland workout videos were him begging to return? Please, Dan Gilbert, let me retire where I started. Even Cleveland doesn't want him anymore. Even Stephen A. Smith, LeBron's biggest media defender, can't ignore the writing on the wall. On First Take, he dropped a truth bomb. The Lakers have made their choice. Luka Doncic is now the franchise. LeBron James, a supporting actor in his own movie, the man who called himself the King, the Chosen One, the GOAT, is now a role player on his own team. But here's what Stephen A. didn't say out loud but clearly thought. LeBron brought this on himself. He demanded max money at 40, refused to take a pay cut like Tom Brady to help the team, and prioritized business over basketball. Now the Lakers are showing him the consequences. Every move says it. Rob Pelinka literally standing next to Luka in Europe saying, "This is our guy." Meanwhile, LeBron posts Instagram workout videos like a desperate ex. "Look at me. I still got it." No, LeBron, you don't. The Lakers just told the world. And the laughs? Kyrie Irving is probably enjoying this the most. The man LeBron treated like a sidekick, the guy who hit the biggest shot in Cavaliers history, now gets the satisfaction of seeing the tables turned. Remember when Kyrie left Cleveland? "I don't want to be anyone's sidekick anymore." LeBron was devastated. Now the king is the sidekick. Karma doesn't miss. Maybe that's why Kyrie has stayed silent through all this Lakers drama. The universe is speaking for him. LeBron is tasting his own medicine, and it's bitter. And then there's Magic Johnson, the Lakers legend who recruited LeBron, promised him the world, guaranteed championships. Where is he now? Crickets. He's not defending him, not courtside, not tweeting. He's posting about Luka Doncic. The greatest modern Laker has moved on. Here's my theory. Magic regrets recruiting LeBron. He thought he was getting the 2013 Miami version, but instead got the older, drama-filled LeBron. Magic knows what it takes to be a true Laker legend. Grace, selflessness, knowing when to step aside. LeBron has done none of that. The Lakers flying to Europe wasn't just support for Luka, it was a funeral for LeBron's Lakers career. They might as well have handed him a pink slip. Your services are no longer required. And the saddest part? LeBron knows it. That's why he's posting desperate workout videos, floating Clippers rumors, trying anything to stay relevant. But it's over. The king who ran from Boston in 2010 is now being run out of Los Angeles in 2025. The crown has fallen and nobody is picking it up for him anymore. And if you think this story is wild, trust me, the next one is even crazier. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and share. It genuinely means a lot and helps the channel grow. More NBA truth bombs are coming. You won't want to miss what's next.